I am officially the worst person at doing laundry in the entire world. I always have been, and I always will be. And for all of you who think I'm a functional adult who can handle basic household tasks, let me clarify something. If you think washing clothes is simple and intuitive, you have clearly never witnessed the spectacular series of catastrophes that occur every single time I attempt to clean my clothing. I swear, it's like I have a supernatural curse where laundry machines actively conspire against me, and every wash cycle becomes a scientific experiment gone horribly wrong. It's not that I'm lazy or don't care about hygiene, it's that I have transformed what should be a straightforward task into an operation so complex, NASA would be impressed. People say laundry is just sorting colors and pressing a button. Well, I've somehow managed to turn that simple process into an interdisciplinary research project involving chemistry, physics, textile science, and probability theory. And I still get it wrong every single time. Every time I approach the washing machine, I have to consult this 30-page manual I created outlining every possible scenario: fabric type, stain category, water temperature algorithms, detergent ratio, and even then something catastrophic happens. Look at this. People, I have literal spreadsheets tracking every single load of laundry I've ever done, categorized by fabric type, color, soil level, temperature, cycle duration, detergent brand, and outcome success rate. It's like I'm conducting a longitudinal study on textile care, except instead of publishing my findings, I'm just ruining clothes in increasingly creative ways. My apartment looks like a textile research lab with color-coded sorting bins, measuring equipment, and documentation binders that would make a scientist jealous. Let's talk disasters. When I first moved into my own apartment, I naively thought I could just throw everything in together. How different could clothes be, right? So I loaded literally every piece of clothing I owned into one massive load. My brand new white blouse, my dark jeans, red bath towels, delicate bralachis, wool, sweaters, everything. I added what seemed like a reasonable amount of detergent, which was about half the bottle. More soap equals cleaner clothes, obviously. I selected the hottest water and the longest cycle. When I opened that machine, I gasped. I had successfully created a collection of pinkish-gray disaster garments. Every single item had become the same muddy, depressing color. My crisp white work blouses were a disturbing grayish pink. My favorite jeans had faded to an unnatural, washed-out blue, and my beautiful wool sweaters had shrunk to a size that wouldn't fit my 10-year-old niece. That was the moment I realized I needed to approach laundry more scientifically, and thus began my descent into textile care madness. So, for my next catastrophe, I created a comprehensive laundry protocol. I separated clothes into 7 distinct categories: whites, lights, darks, delicate, heavy fabrics, towels and bedding, and a 7th category I called questionable items. I bought 7 color-coded mesh laundry bags. I created a rotation schedule on a wall calendar and developed an elaborate decision tree, of course, which I hung above my laundry basket. The system worked perfectly for exactly 3 loads. Then I encountered a shirt that broke my entire logic. It was white with dark navy stripes, made of a delicate silk blend, but also structured enough to qualify as heavy. I genuinely spent 45 minutes standing in my laundry room, going through my flowchart, considering creating an 8s hybrid category, and texting photos to my mom, asking for guidance. I eventually just put it in its own separate load because I couldn't handle the ambiguity. My brain was short. That single-striped shirt required its own dedicated wash cycle. That should have been my first clue that I was approaching this with an inappropriate level of complexity. Then came my obsession with water temperature. I created a comprehensive temperature matrix spreadsheet, cross-referencing fabric, type, soil level, color, fastness, and garment age to determine the scientifically perfect water temperature. I had cold wash protocols, warm wash standards, hot wash procedures, and custom temperature combinations for edge cases. Then I bought a cooking thermometer to verify my washing machine's temperature accuracy. I discovered the machine was off by several degrees on every setting, so I started manually adjusting the dial and created a correction formula. I legitimately spent an entire Saturday running empty test cycles, Standing there with my thermometer, taking detailed temperature readings of the wash water at 5-minute intervals and documenting everything in a graph to create a calibration chart. My roommate came home and found me in the laundry room, surrounded by notebooks filled with temperature data. When she asked what I was doing, I had to explain I was just trying to figure out the correct laundry settings, which even I realized sounded completely insane. She slowly backed out of the room, and I'm pretty sure she texted our friends about my concerning behavior. Next, I developed an intricate detergent dosing protocol based on mathematical calculations. I learned that using too much detergent leaves residue, while using too little doesn't clean properly. So, I bought a water hardness test kit from a pool supply store. I requested manufacturer guidelines by email. I read academic papers on surfactant efficiency. And I created a formula in Excel that would determine the precise milliliters of detergent needed for any given load. I started measuring detergent with a graduated cylinder I bought from a science supply website because the cap lines are marketing tools designed to make you use more product. My laundry area looked like a chemistry lab with specialized detergents for different stains and laminated mixture ratio formulas on the wall. My friends thought I was joking, but I was completely serious. Then, I became convinced the standard washing machine cycles were inadequate. I started manually customizing cycles by physically standing next to the machine and advancing through different agitation speeds and spin intensities at specific timed intervals. I'd be there with my phone stopwatch, switching the dial between delicate agitation for 3 minutes, then normal for 5, then a 2-minute soak. I developed different custom programs like Stubborn Stain Removal Protocol and Preserve Delicate Colors program. I genuinely started researching programmable industrial washing machines because I wanted to automate my custom cycles before my best friend told me I had completely lost my mind and needed to just wash my clothes like a normal person. And it didn't stop there. I bought a fabric moisture meter to determine the exact dampness percentage after washing because over-drying damages fibers while under-drying promotes mildew. I created comprehensive drying guidelines. Clothes were hanging everywhere in my apartment because different items had to air dry in different locations based on airflow and UV light exposure. My place looked like a laundromat had exploded. I also maintain a massive stain removal research database in a spreadsheet. Whenever I get a stain, I identify its chemical composition, consult my database, conduct a color fastness test, and then proceed with the documented treatment method, taking detailed notes on the results. I once spent over 3 hours researching how to remove a single coffee stain from a white blouse, reading chemistry papers, and watching 17 YouTube tutorials. I documented it with before and after photos in a folder on my computer labeled Stain Removal Success Stories. It's my weird laundry trophy collection. Despite all this scientific rigor, systematic approaches, and obsessive documentation, I still regularly ruin clothes. I once destroyed an entire load of whites because a single red sock infiltrated my carefully sorted batch. The worst part is my friends do their laundry in 10 minutes by throwing everything together, and it turns out fine. They don't sort, don't measure, don't monitor temperatures, and their clothes are perfect. Meanwhile, I'm running a textile research laboratory in my apartment and still screwing up. I've accepted that I will never have a normal relationship with laundry. I'm in too deep now to turn back. If you also can't do simple tasks without creating unnecessarily complicated systems, leave a comment because I need to know I'm not the only one. Thanks for watching this confession of how I made laundry exponentially more difficult. Subscribe for more content about my inability to do normal things normally.